This is a CBS News Detroit update.
Good morning, I'm Sandra Ali. Here's a look at your top headlines on this Wednesday morning. The man accused of stabbing a 7-year-old girl in Detroit is due back in court today. This is a preliminary exam to see if there is enough evidence to move to a trial for Gary Lansky. Gary Lansky is currently charged with felony assault and assault with the intent to murder. Police say he stabbed Seda Mashra at Ryan Park earlier this month. Several groups have called for Lansky to be charged with a hate crime because Mashra is Arab. A 29-year-old church youth group director now accused of soliciting child sex abuse material. Authorities telling us the alleged crimes date back more than a decade. Zachary Radcliffe was a worker at Oakwood Baptist Church in Augusta Township, just south of Ypsilanti. State police say they searched his home and his office and identified several people between the ages of 12 and 17 at the time of the crimes, which police say happened as far back as 2011. Radcliffe has now been fired from his position. Police are also asking any other possible victims to come forward. Meanwhile, the Republican National Committee's lawsuit over Michigan's voter rolls has now been tossed out. The RNC sued Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, claiming the number of people registered to vote was too high, and they said Benson needed to clean up the voter rolls. On Tuesday, a judge ruled the RNC's voter roll calculations were based on bad census data and were inaccurate. This comes as Michigan is seeing a record number of early voters. Secretary of State confirming almost 16% of Michigan's active voters, they've already cast their ballots. That's right around 1.15 million voters. And it includes more than 5,000 people who voted early in person. Around half of those people voted in Detroit. Former President Trump will be in Novi Saturday. He'll be speaking at Suburban Collection Show Place. He's expected to talk about how inflation is impacting Michigan families. Doors there open at 8 in the morning. Also happening Saturday, Vice President Kamala Harris and former First Lady Michelle Obama, they'll be holding a rally in Kalamazoo, marking the first time Michelle Obama has been on the campaign trail this election season. All right, now let's go ahead and get a check of your forecast with Troy Bridges on this Wednesday morning. Troy, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra. Today, a little cooler than yesterday. We made it up to 76 degrees yesterday afternoon. Today, 67. We'll see some mild temperatures into your evening plans. Still at 59 degrees by 6 o'clock with just a sprinkle or two possible for the first half of the day. Temperatures today in the mid and upper 60s and on into the next 7 days. You see more sunshine for tomorrow after a mix of sun and clouds today. But tomorrow much cooler, a high of 58, rain on Friday. Sandra, back to you.
Thank you, Troy. That's a look at your headlines. We'll be back later today covering stories that matter to you on air and streaming on the CBS News app and Pluto TV.